Hopefully neither one of those.
Buddy, it was after I came out of my cocoon.
Let's move on.
Just don't hate.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. This is going to be a wonderful semifinal. We're going to set this up a little bit better here after Anthony LaCause makes his first shot. And the amateur drops them all.
What a story.
From Glen Ellen, Illinois, about 40 miles west of Chicago, bowled collegiately at Saginaw State in Michigan with, for one season, his opponent right now, Bill O'Neill. And these two have a long history together. O'Neill from Levittown, Pennsylvania, has some work in front of him here in the first frame.
Former Rookie of the Year, voted on back in 2005, 2006. He led all rookies in points, earnings, match play appearances, and average. And if these two players look like their styles are familiar or mirroring one another, that's because Anthony LaCause actually tried to emulate Bill O'Neill's style.
Nice pickup. You were watching them in warm-ups and saying, I'm looking at Anthony, and I might as well be eyeballing O'Neill.
A lot of similarities, and I think the biggest thing that sticks out to me when you're watching both players is how they both try to work the inside part of the ball, and what that means is as the ball's starting to fall from the top of the swing, they try to get their ball to their hand to the inside part of the ball. That creates just a great leverage position and sets up two really nice releases by both players. See that hand to the inside. And Rob, I think the best thing that could have happened to Anthony was bowling his friend, being the first time ever on television. You know, you've got somebody there that you actually feel comfortable with and somebody that can help you relax a bit.
And speaking of first time on television, he's having to rework the microphone that we placed on him.
A little wireless mic issue, no big deal.
He took care of it actually fairly gingerly, and I know our audio staff will appreciate that. So LaCause, the amateur, in the second. Another strike, and we talked with Anthony earlier about the pressures of bowling. Your first match?
Really no pressure. I'm the amateur. They're the pros. So they're expected to beat me. And I just go out here and have some fun.
This is his first match on television. A few years ago when he was in college, he bowled in Taylor, Michigan, did not make the cut. So this technically his second ever crack at a PBA event. And here he is in the semifinals versus his longtime buddy, Bill O'Neill, looking to open up with a turkey.
Boy, and when you're just trying to keep your lunch down because of the nerves, that's a really nice break to have happen. When you leave at the 210 and the 2-pin gets tripped late, leaving Anthony just a single pin spare. And when we talked with him last night for a long time, there's just so many great stories about this wonderful young man. He was a pleasure to speak with and talk to. A nice conversion on the 10. Had a lot of great stories, didn't he, Rob?
Yeah, picks up the spare, and he said about 6 guys from Saginaw Valley State University drove about 6 hours to come on down and watch the two guys bowl. LaCause an All-American 05. O'Neill just tore it up collegiately. 3-time Bowling Writers Association of America Collegiate Bowl of the Year. That was 01, 03, and 04. 4-time first-team All-American. LaCause was married in April of 07. Who was his best man? Bill O'Neill. We hijacked those pictures yesterday at our meeting, and Anthony, conveniently enough, just happened to have the whole stack of pictures in the trunk of his car. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. We'll have to ask the Mrs. Alaya about that. I mean, on one hand, it's good that he's traveling with them.
I think it's nice.
Yeah. We're gonna look on the positive aspect of it. Here's Bill O'Neill as we begin the fourth. looking for his 3rd consecutive strike. This must be an extremely awkward situation, really for both, but particularly for Lacaze, with this being his first televised event. And, you know, when these guys bowled together, there's talking, there's conversation, and now this is strictly opponents. This is a paycheck. This is money talking, and not a lot of conversation between the two. Not a lot of eyes or congratulations. It's different. There's Alaya, Anthony's wife, in attendance.
Anthony watched Brad Angelo win last week and then promptly beat Brad in the round of 8 just to make the telecast, as this ball's just a little bit inside of target, leaving the 4-pin.
Beat Sean Rash, then Dino Castillo, and then Angelo to get here.
He said before college he never bowled on a tough oil pattern.
Last time an amateur made a television show was the 08 Denny's World Championship. That's when Andrew Frawley from Australia made it. Last time an amateur won a title, have to go back to the 02 ABC Masters when Brett Wolf did it.
Brett Wolf did it throwing a urethane bowling ball in Reno. Never forget that day. Pretty impressive stuff.
So many stories that Lacaze was giving us yesterday. I ran out of paper. From Uncle Joe to Johnny Bell to the whole story about his shirt. We'll get to as many of these as we can.
Not a very friendly break, especially for your first ever televised appearance. This one comes in just a pinch high, leaving the 4-9. And now he's looking to get the ball to the left side of the 4-pin and slide it over into the 9 as his wife is feeling the same agony. Good effort there. Right now, Bill O'Neill's looking to take advantage of an open frame as he steps up in the 5th frame, working on a 3-bagger.
O'Neill, yet to win a title in 64 events, had 8 top 20 finishes last season. 2 of those came in the top 10. And right now, he is number 3 on the PBA points leader list, trailing Norm Duke and Walter Ray Williams Jr. Very quietly having a strong start to the season. Finished 9th at the World Championships and 8th last week. This would be his 3rd straight top 10 finish. And a hambo!
And Robin, talking with Bill, I think he's starting to get better mentally, and that's the turnaround.
Yeah, he admitted he didn't take much time off this summer, wanted to become more of a thinker. You know, out here to forget the day before, start bowling for the present day. We remind you to head to the online store at PBA.com to check out the all-new PBA merchandise and apparel now available. Some of those items include polos, retro shirts, hoodies, hats, and towels. PBA.com, the place to make your order today. Not too early to start thinking about the holidays either, my friend. So O'Neill started with a 7 spare. Since then, 4 consecutive strikes.
See if we can get a shot of Bill O'Neill's hand at release. Now watch how he tries to fan this open. You see that hand just kind of come up and out because that ball was going to be left out of his hand. And he goes right through the nose, paying the price, leaving the 410.
So his first open frame and leaves an opening for his friend Lacaze. Have you ever wanted to sponsor a bowler? Here's your chance, America. We'll explain when we return.